The WWE has gone through another set of releasing its superstars. Quite a few times already this year um, have the superstars been released. Seems like more so than of recent memory. I mean, last year um, they had wrestlers released, which was quite a few. But I don't think it was also. But this year it's also internal and corporate, and this year it's really just been a complete, I guess you might call it, a restructuring, a complete downsizing. Now, if this is true or not, which I'll see it, I'll believe it when I see it, as the saying goes. Apparently, the WWE is in the process, or Vince McMahon is in the process of selling the WWE to NBC. NBC already, if you recall, has purchased the WWE network. And it's on the fine app Peacock, by the way, which I definitely love that app, Peacock. It has Unsolved Mysteries on it, and True Crime, which is a favorite of mine to have playing in the background as I'm working. But nonetheless, this, I've been using that word nonetheless quite a few times so far in this video. As I lost my train of thought here, yes, these releases, some might argue, were some of the most shocking. I want to just kind of touch upon some of the releases that happened. Braun Strowman is probably the biggest release that people are kind of baffled by. You know, Braun Strowman had a good run. He's been in pretty much in all the major storylines of recent memory. Though for a short period of time, he was in the Wyatt family. And if you remember in the Wyatt family, how he looked to how he looked now, he completely, his physique is completely different. Shed pounds and is now completely ripped and jacked. And he was given the belt. Given a lot of TV time. But it released. Something I've learned is that Braun Strowman had a contract of upwards of $1 million per year. $1 million per year, if in fact you are looking to indeed sell the company. Shedding that contract, being that WWE is a business, that would be a good thing if you could shed that contract. And being that contracts are not guaranteed, adios, Braun Strowman. Now, they tried him as champion. I don't know. It kind of just for Braun Strowman, and part of it, and again, it's always, I think, 50-50, right? A 50-50 relationship, maybe 70-30 relationship, where some of the blame has to be placed on yourself, and some of the blame has to be placed on the writers, and and there's plenty of blame to go around. But he peaked, to me. Braun Strowman peaked when he was going up against Roman Reigns. And from right there, it just all kind of turned the other way. Went downhill. He should have stayed heel, I think. Just be an absolute monster, just dominate. And somehow, you have him going up against Shane McMahon in this past WrestleMania where, basically, although Braun Strowman did prevail, they did make him look like a goof in various parts of that feud. Did that damage his stock? Who that's just wasn't really, like they wanted to. It seems like they wanted to make him the man, make him the future, the face of the company, and it just never worked out that way. It was always something that was missing, something that was just a little bit off. Lana released as well. Now, Lana, I really feel bad for Lana. She kind of, it seems like she lost her way. When she was in there, initially, in the WWE with Rusev, when she was playing the Russian valet on the mic, crushing it, killing it on the mic, week in and week out, that was her niche. She was probably the best valet, one of the best talkers on the mic, in a accent. But the accent was not that far off, being that she grew up in Russia and she knew how to, how everything involved, what would involve in being in that character. Then they broke that up, and you might argue that it might have been kind of to their own doing. I remember they were trying to break them up. They didn't want to break up. She was still having the Russian accent. But then on Instagram, fearing that they were going to break them up on Instagram, they shoot a video and say that they're getting married. It trends. And she says that not in her accent, but in her real voice. So at that point, what are you going to do? Are you gonna keep pretend that she has an accent, or are you gonna just be forced to drop it altogether? And they dropped that persona for her, because there she is on social media, not protecting her character, and everything just kind of, it would be silly to play it otherwise. And then they make her I guess you may call it a valet, or a valet for Bobby Lashley. That doesn't work. That was miserable, cringeworthy, horrible. And then you have her trying to wrestle, and damn it, she tried. But that was not, wrestling was not her strong point. The strong point that she had was being the valet, having Rusev there, and Rusev left. You take that away from her, and then she was kind of, you know, I guess, floating downstream without a paddle, it goes the saying. Aleister Black, also, you kind of probably the most shocking with up there with Braun Strowman, considering that they just had done vignettes with him, the whole father, angle. Devoted, spent all this time with the vignettes. Have him come out, and then that's it. That's the last you will see of Aleister Black. Attacks Big E, goes to the back. That's the last that you will see of it. It's the last you will see of him. I don't know what it was with Aleister Black. The writing. I don't know what it was. Why you would let him go so quickly. I think Vince is someone was looking at SmackDown that day when he appeared. After being on vignettes, being repackaged, and they thought, no, this is not going to work. Could have been something like that. Nah, this is not going to work. We're going to release him. And there you go, released. On Twitch or live stream, on Twitch live stream, Aleister Black, says no hard feelings. Completely out of left field, being that they were already working on new theme music, everything was being adjusted, and there you go, just fired the next minute. So that's baffling. I don't know exactly the reasoning, unless it is because, like I mentioned, cutting costs and looking to make the company more profitable for a sale. Also released was Ruby Riot. Ruby Riot, I don't know exactly what happened with Ruby Riot. She was a main player in a women's division, then got injured and was just never able to get back whatever she lost, as far as that sparkle, that she just looked like she did not want to be there, honestly, or that she was tired and it was just going through the motions. So, being released maybe will give her an opportunity maybe to really heal up if she needs to, kind of refocus, re-energize herself, and I think she could always come back to WWE if eventually she would want. Buddy Murphy, listen, I personally love the whole angle with the Mysterios and Buddy Murphy. And I loved him as being a disciple of Seth Rollins. So he has value. I don't know if there is wrestling in the future, considering how a lot of stars have come out of retirement. Edge, Christian, notably. But just you didn't expect that to happen that quickly. And a lot of these releases are 90-day no competes. So but it'll be interesting to see where these guys go, if they go anywhere at all. And by the way, even after all these letting goes and reductions and firings, WWE still closed. The stock closed on a profit. So like I was saying, with Buddy Murphy, he was on TV every week, having an angle with the Mysterios. It was part of Seth Rollins' disciple. And, again, all falls apart. Buddy Murphy, I think that angle, I enjoyed that angle with the Mysterios and Buddy Murphy. I think he played it well. The dude could definitely wrestle. It's a shame. It's a shame that after that, it just seemed like they really didn't have anything for him. They tried to somehow put them together with the Mysterios, and that didn't work. A guy like that has untapped potential, and it'll be interesting to see where he will wind up. Santana Garrett also released, again, just never gotten an opportunity at all. So, just some of my thoughts on the WWE releases. Let me know what you think. Comment in the box down below, and I hope all is well.